Boys and girls, are we going to make a comeback to Pokemon Duel and a Pokemon Duel manga?
Gotta catch 'em all.
What's good? It's your boy Rico. Welcome to another episode of Pokemon Duel. It's been a while since we've done Pokemon Duel because Pokemon Duel has ended. Now, if you'll please excuse me, I was laying in bed and then I get all of this, like a plethora of information that just gets me so excited for Pokemon Duel. Okay, and I'm going to try and decipher all this information. There's a lot that I don't know, so please excuse my ignorance. And also, I'm going to be looking off over to the screen here because my monitor is set up over here. The one that's in front of me is set up for my Nintendo Switch, so that's why I'm going to be looking up to this side. But there's a lot of information. Let's get started. All right, boys and girls, first things first. I get this tweet from Rocket Rob, so shout out to Rocket Rob, right? He sends me these two images, and he's like, have you seen these? And I'm like, what? What is this? It looks like a game. Like, you have the Charizard, you have the board, you have a weird dice. It looks like I didn't know how many sides there were to this dice, but I do now. You do have the plate, the long throw, and then you have a Charizard card. And if you look closely at it, it's got like numbers, and I'm like, what in the world am I looking at? And then you go to the next image, there's like models. These are the figurines in Pokemon Duel, and I'm like, what is this? I have no idea what this is. So I do some digging in Reddit, and Rob's kind of talking to me. And remember, we did have the cause, or I forgot what this Reddit was even called before, but it's called the cause now. And also, I'm gonna link all the Discords in the link or in the description below. So I do some digging here, and I go to the first day. This guy Naxo, I think that's his name, Naxo. Where'd it go? Where he joins the Discord and he says, hi, any plans to make this mod for Tabletop Simulator? I have no idea what that is, or I didn't at the time. So I'm reading back and forth, and this is where the first image comes from. It comes from the first of this month. I've been testing some things. I took the adaptation of QK Lil X as the basis for testing purposes. I'm like, who is this? I don't know who this is. Is this a person? What is this? So I scroll up and I'm looking and I'm like, oh, it's a user. And then I click on this Reddit link, and then I remember he actually posted the tabletop card game. Now I remember when I saw this was posted 2 months ago. I was like, cool, there's gonna be a card game, but how do you play it? And the first thing, and I want to apologize to this person. The first thing I see is, here's what you need to play Pokemon Duel as a tabletop card game. 43 sheets of blank paper, a printer, 2 sheets of paper, and draw board. I'm like, dude, that's very unfortunate because it's only something that I'm only going to be able to play with my friends. So, and my friends don't even play Pokemon Duel. Like, when Pokemon Duel first came out, I had maybe 2 friends that actually downloaded it and played it. And then when Megas came out, they were like, nah, I'm done with this game. So I'm like, I like the effort, but it's just not enough for the community because the community is spread all over the world, But he did come up with some images. So that's where, and shout out to the Doozer. Shout out to everybody who's working on a Pokemon Duel project. So he says this is where he took the adaptation from. I'm like, okay, this is actually pretty cool. And these guys kind of go back and forth talking about like how this works. So like they're talking about the numbers here. First of all, actually, you know what? Let's rewind. Let's go back to Tabletop Simulator because I didn't know what that is. So let's go ahead and figure out what a Tabletop Simulator is. Tabletop Simulator is an independent video game that allows players to play and create tabletop games in a multiplayer physics sandbox developed by Berserk Games. I'm like, okay, what does that mean? Gameplay. Tabletop Simulator is a player-driven physics sandbox with set victory or failure conditions. After selecting a table to play on, players interact with the game by spawning and moving virtual pieces which are subject to physics simulation. I'm like, okay, this doesn't really tell me anything. It kind of just tells me how to play the game, but also it says, aside from spawning and moving pieces, the game includes mechanics to assist with common style of board play, such as automatic dice rolling. So I'm putting piece and piece together. I'm like, okay, the dice rolling, that's predicated on like the wheel, the spinning of the wheel, the attacks. Like, how are we gonna spin the wheel, and how is RNG gonna screw us over? And this is how, with the dice. So then I go back to the image, And I'm like, okay, this actually makes sense. So look at the Charizard. 1 through, if you roll, so this is 24-sided dice. If you roll a 1 through 2, it's a miss. 3 through 16, you land Fire Spin. And obviously you'll roll again because we know what Fire Spin does. 17 is the other miss. And then 18 through 24 is Dragon Tail. The only problem is I don't know how the long throw is going to work. So going back to the table simulator, let's go into development. There was something also I wanted to counter. I believe it's here. No, it's right here on gameplay. So several games are included, including chess, checkers, and poker. Tables and pieces can be mixed and customized to create new games, which can be saved to share and play with others. The game allows images and models to be imported to create entirely new pieces and tables, allowing for the recreation of most real-world board games. Over 3,000 games and custom assets are shared on the game's Steam workshop. So if this does come full circle, you guys are going to have to download Steam to play it. While there is original content, a notable number of these shared items are adaptations of existing games, such as Pokemon Duel, well, no longer existing actually, including unlicensed derivatives or of copyrighted work. Berserk Games has also worked with a number of game publishers to offer officially licensed tabletop simulator versions of their games as downloadable content. So I don't know where, what was his name? I don't know where, oops, wrong one. Naxo? Sorry, I'm really sorry. Naxo. Yeah, I don't know where Naxo is getting these models from, and I don't know if we can even contact Heroes to see if they have the rest of the models or if we have license to do this. But just seeing these two images gets me so excited. And I was going back to the Reddit, or not the Reddit, but Discord, and it says that he is currently on vacation, but he'll be back in February, which is what, like 3 days from now, to work on this some more. Okay, here's what he's currently doing. I will resume the project in February. I have already the first 100 figures of the game, which we've seen the image of. My intention is to divide this mod into 2 parts. Part 1, 300 Pokemon figures, and cards. Part 2, the other Pokemon and cards remaining. So what I invite you guys to do, if you guys have any knowledge of coding or any of this, which I don't, like I'm completely ignorant in it, please contact him. Please send out as much help as you can to get this off and running, because once this gets off and running, dude, I'm going to be so excited to be covering Pokemon Duel again. And I don't know how we're going to incorporate new figures, but that's just a discussion for somewhere in the future. But things are looking promising. Just in my opinion, I'm getting super hyped and excited again. Now, the last thing that I do want to share with you guys, some good Pokemon Duel news we got today, is from a 15-year-old girl. Her name is Afreen, I believe, and I'll also link her Discord in the description below. But have you guys always wanted to know the rest of the hotels, how the story ends? Well, we might have something here, so I want to show you guys something. This is a reimagination from her, 15 years old, from India. She does all of the artwork, and she's written 2 mangas. She's got issues 1 and issues 2 out. She's currently working on issue 3. I'm just going to briefly show you what this is, like the artwork she's done. And what I want to do, guys, is I'm going to do like my reaction to it. I haven't read any of it. From what I've heard, Rocket Rob was saying that the English, like her English is not the greatest. So what Rob is currently doing is he is reworking the English, and they're going to be re-releasing issues 1 and 2. Issue 1 should be released sometime this week. So once that is done, like I said, I am going to upload it to the channel. We are going to run through it. I believe it's 30 pages, and we're just going to react to it. So I'm really excited. Like the artwork that this 15-year-old girl has done looks remarkable, and I can't wait to see what this story brings, and I can't wait to see what the future for Pokemon Duel is going to be. But that's it for to me in today's episode of Pokemon Duel, hopefully making a comeback. I will see you guys shortly. Peace.